What's going on, Money Morning Live? Love hanging out with Nick Black. Love hanging out with Brandon. You get 30 minutes of them. But right now, it's time for 30 minutes of Tom Gentile with Power Profit Trades. I hope you guys are ready. Hang on to your seats. Let's bring them in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey everybody, good afternoon. Welcome to Power Profit Trades. Well, it's certainly a good day to start talking about quantum trend signals, that's for sure. And I'm glad so many of you are joining us today, whether you're with me on YouTube or Money Morning Live. Now, if you caught the show yesterday, and some of you didn't, all right, because I could see an increase in the room today, we were talking about quantum script strategy. We were also talking about trend trading, and I was sharing with you our most recent position. I'm going to do a quick recap of that. I want to head first into our key indicators, talk about those first two lines of code that we use. But you know what, man, Eric, hey, how's your Tuesday going, buddy?
Tuesday's going well, man. It's a good day so far. A lot of action happening here on Money Morning Live. I'm having a great day. How about yourself? I see that you're in the old office. You still getting work done in the house?
I'm back. Yeah, I'm told that this thing isn't going to be done till the end of the week. But let me tell you, you look at the markets; they look like they're overdone.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Nasdaq's down 4% today. S&P down 3%. Dow Jones is down about 2.7. Everybody, there's nobody that's other than maybe natural gas, in the VIX. Everyone else is getting taken out to the watershed for a good beating today. But I got to tell you, if you've been following the stuff that we do over at Quantum Data, you got to be happy. I mean, we're taking another. I know we pulled off another 2 doubles today. Some triple-digit returns. I believe we got one more that's happening too. And this is the stuff I want to get into. So yesterday we talked about Teladoc and how we came up with that bearish signal, and we got into all the stuff that we do with our alerts. But that was just one stock. I had some people saying, "Oh yeah, that's one stock. What's your track record look like?" Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and share that. So Eric, the first thing I want to do is I want to show all the open positions we have right now, because we cleaned out a lot of trades recently, mostly winners. And what's left over, I'm showing you as of today. This is our Quantum Data Profits open recommendations. And as you can see there, we've got positions on APA, SWKS, and OLED. All right, that's what we have going across the board. Look on the right-hand side. That's the gainers and or losers. I don't see any losers in there today. In fact, APA we're up almost 164% on that trade. We're up 40% on SWKS. And then there's a put we're up about 13% on. OLED, we got a double on that put spread. And I have just been told before we went live that we got a double on the OLED 105 put. So for those of you that are part of Quantum Data Profits, guess what? You'll be getting an email from me real soon. But if you're following the rules that we tell you to follow, you're already out. Congratulations. I mean, I could clap 2 or 3 times just today. Now, next question. Some of the skeptics have on their minds. What about closed positions? All right, you know what? As you know, we got off to a great start. We have a ton of trades that have happened since April. When we started out in April, Eric, we went 12-0. We went 12 winners before our first loser.
That is a fact.
And so since then, hey, things have been going pretty good. In fact, I want to show you the last 2 months. So on my screen right here is our last 2 months going into July. And you can see there's the trades we did. Symbol, obviously, get that out of the way. But I mean, here's our trade types. The ones that I have highlighted are spreads. Everything else outside the highlighted area are simple calls or simple puts. As you can see, we've got our trades in here, our open prices, close date, close price. This is where I really want to go, Eric. I want to go right down in here. All right, so we got positions, and I'll just throw these up. NUE, Baidu, these are closed. Yeti. That cooler. How did we do on Yeti? We did 107% on Yeti. There it is right there. 232% on NUE. There's a Teladoc trade. There's another Yeti trade, 100%. And then more Yeti. Here's Teladoc. Here's that 100% gain in Teladoc. Here's APA. We took the first half off of APA. back in August. And then we've got PBF on here. That was 100% return. Then we got an APA, 172% return. MNRA, 104% return. And there's a couple losers down there at the bottom. But, I mean, look at all of this cheddar, as I like to say. Right there. So, Eric, we did 12 winners in a row before we caught our first loser.
Mm-hmm.
Have we eclipsed the 12 winners? We did last month.
I was going to say, I think we did, Tom.
Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 winners before we hit our first losers in the last 2 months. So, based on the closed position sheet you see here, we are 17-3. That's 13 winners in a row mixed in there in the last month to 6 weeks. Average returns during this time frame, 82% with the winners and losers combined. And then year to date, we're at 54.68%. That is unbelievable. And this is all while these markets continue to dip. And I got to tell you guys, I mean, I get position sheets. I get position sheets on everything that I do. But I also like to look around and see what the others are doing, both inside and outside of the Money Map community. And I got to tell you, I can't find anybody that comes close to what we're doing with Quantum Data Profits. If you want to be part of Quantum Data Profits, then check out the links that are just next to me, maybe pinned up above, maybe all the way at the top of the screen. Got any questions, you can contact Gabe and his team. Phone number is on the screen. All right, so let's talk about how we amass all of this. All right, how we're and guys, let me just make something perfectly clear. Okay, we've done extremely well this year with quantum data. Are we going to continue to do well? I can't guarantee that. What I can guarantee is I'm going to use the same rules-based trading approach that I have done since we started this alert service, since we started every alert service all the way back. I think we started publishing alert services back in 2015. I haven't changed anything that I do, okay? When it comes to the general aspect of what we do in rules-based trading, it is this. We research patterns. I'm a pattern guy. I like patterns. I sleep on the same side of the bed every night. I know where my shoes are when I get up in the morning. I have to know. Getting old, all right? And I got to get up in the dark. So I'm getting up pretty early. I have patterns in my life just like you do. The only difference between me and most people is I spot patterns in the markets. We research these patterns, we backtest these patterns, we forward test these patterns, and then we'll trade them when we feel comfortable with the long-term equity curve. All right, long-term wins, losses, max profit, max loss, run up, draw down. We run all this data, and that's what we bring to you. All right, I like to call it RBT trading. RBT is everywhere, okay? It can be found in fundamentals. It can be found in technicals. It can be found in seasonals. And though each of these three are completely different from one another, it's still the basis of how a rules-based trader works, which is research, backtest, trade. So I want to start with the foundation of where we go from trend trading to quantum data scripts. And it's going to take me 2 days because I do not have the time to put all this together in one day and have, especially those of you that are brand new to this, still with me, okay? Because I don't want to make it complicated. In fact, we're going to make it very, very easy because the very first 2 lines of code, Eric, that are in quantum data scripts happen to do with a moving average. And it's a moving average that my mentor was teaching me and trading with back in the 90s. So this isn't something that was just dreamed up and, in 30 days and then launched. This wasn't, any kind of a strategy that we just, popped up in our head, light bulb came on and we said, let's trade it. Let's publish it. No, this has been decades long. This has been the decades long of research that spans back to my mentor, Mr. George Fontenills. And George used to say to me a lot of time, and this was back in the 90s, and we've seen strides in technology. We've seen strides in artificial intelligence, okay? But he used to always say, sometimes the simplest indicator is the best. And I believe that is true with trend trading. But when you add in high frequency trading, you add in algorithms, you add in computers that are smarter than we are, then, and also when you get these turns like we're getting, right? We've had a big turn. We had a couple of turns this year. Last year, we were hitting all-time highs. We turned. We rotated down into January, had a little bit of bump up, and then rotated back down again later this year. In fact, we got another potential rotation today. So by doing that, you can get a lot of signals. And so what we want to do is we want to take those signals and drill them down to the very best few. That's what we do with quantum data scripts. So let's start with the very first two lines of code that we offer up at Quantum Data Profits. And that is very simple moving average crossovers. Something that very few other people talk about. And the reason they don't talk about it is, oh, that's kindergarten stuff. Oh, that's elementary stuff. Listen, if you can't understand it, why trade it? That's what I say. If you can't understand what it is you're trading, why trade it? Find something that works for you, something that you can understand. Now, this, I think everybody can understand, all right? Get your arms around the idea that moving averages and moving average crossovers are a trend trader's best friend, right? A momentum trader's best friend. The longer you're in these, the more money you end up making. Now, a moving average crossover is just simply two moving averages that are different lengths that crisscross back and forth. When the shorter term crosses above the longer term, that's bullish. When the shorter term crosses below the longer term, that's bearish. Okay? So, when you look at moving averages, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, which ones are the most popular? The ones that are most popular don't always happen to be the best ones. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's the most popular, a 200-day and a 50-day, 5,200 cross. Now, this is a good moving average if you're an investor. In fact, when we see the 50-day cross above the 200, that's considered a golden cross. Golden crosses are considered bullish to investors, long-term investors. And when you see a 50 cross below a 200-day, well, that's considered a death cross. That means it's time to think about pulling aside, maybe looking at something else, trimming your positions, etc. Again, long-term investors, which we are not. We are not long-term investors. In this room, we are traders. What is a trader? A trader in the trend trades, in my opinion, is somewhere between the 30 to 60-day realm, all right? Maybe a little bit longer. In fact, I actually look at signals that are between 30 and 90 days max. And so here, I'll give you a little bit more information. Typically, the longer-term signals are on bullish signals because, bull markets kind of tick, 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 tick. They take longer to mature than a bear market does. A bear markets, the bear takes the elevator. And the bear took the express elevator today. We took an express elevator down. You look at, for instance, stocks like I was looking at the FANG stocks today. They're all down 5% or more. Look at Meta. Meta was down almost 8% last time I took a look at it, 7.5%, 8%. One day. And so, again, bears take the express elevator. Bulls take the stairs. So when you put a trade together, if it's no matter what you're doing, if you're doing this, great. If you're not doing this, then at least give yourself the courtesy of being longer term. All right, be longer on the long trades and be shorter on the short trades. You know what today is? Today is a day to start taking off some short positions. We're doing it. All right. Today is a day that maybe I start looking at some potential long trades because this is a washout day. Now, is this likely to continue? It could, but why not start taking profits, right? We're taking them on 3 positions today that I can think of in quantitative profits. But getting back to crossover indicators. Now, there's investor crossover indicators, and then there's traders crossover indicators. The traders crossover indicator that we use is a 1030. This is the first 2 lines of code in the quantum data scripts. All right, I don't even call this scripts. This is quantum data indicator. Scripts are the lines and lines that come after. But we start our scans looking at bullish crossovers and bearish crossovers. A bullish is when a 10-day crosses above a 30-day, and that SMA means simple moving average. Bearish is when the 10-day crosses below the 30-day, right? So if you look at every single one of our quantum data profit trades, you're going to see that they had at least this. This was the first thing that we looked at. Now, there were a lot of other ones too. I mean, I've only got, I think, 4 open positions today. We've taken some of them off in QDP. But think about this. How many stocks have rotated over? And if you put that 10 to 30 moving average crossover up, how many of them did that? There's a bunch. Dozens, if not hundreds. We only picked the very best because we have other things in there. And I'll get into those tomorrow with you. I'll get into the noise filter tomorrow with you. But take a look at what this looks like on a screen. This works in both bull and bear markets. There's the 10 crossing above the 30. There's the 10 crossing below the 30. There's the 10 crossing above the 30. It also works on commodities and ETFs, not just the stock market. And every once in a while, it even works on the VIX, although this is not my favorite one to trade on. But we do see this happening. It seems to happen with the VIX. So let's look at a couple of these 10-30 moving average crossovers as they actually appear on a screen. So what I want to do with you is I'm going to take you over to Tom's Tools. And let me log in. And what I want to do with you is I'm just going to simply go and I'm going to go to my stock charts. And within my stock charts, we're going to see some things. Look at this. I mean, right off the bat, this one popped up because I was looking at it earlier today. This is LNG, Cheniere Energy. And you can see the 10-period moving average cross right here when it was trading around 136. Now it's trading at 165. And the crossover, it looks like it's getting close to crossing back down. But what a nice move right here. What a nice move we see in this 1030 bullish cross. It's just one indicator, though, folks. We have to stack on the other scripts to see if it really makes the grade or not. But I wanted to just share that with you. What is a 1030 cross looking like right now in SPY? Right? How's that look? Okay. Well, the crossover occurred about a week ago. As you can see, we had the short term moving up. And remember, the market's always going to be ahead of a lagging indicator like a moving average. But we saw that market start to turn down. And we got the crossover. And you can see here, we kind of came back up to it until yesterday. And bang, now we're back down below. But is this a quantum data signal? The first 2 lines of code say it is. What about the rest? Yeah, we're going to get into that. But, you take a look at several different stocks. We'll look at a few other things here. How about Meta? Meta is a very interesting one, too. And when you look at Meta did the cross here just below 170, and we're at 156. And here's Meta Platforms coming down and doing a little double bottom down here, really a triple bottom. So that's Meta. How about Google? Let's look at all the FANG. I haven't looked at FANG in a while, but we're going to look at it in relationship to what we're doing right now. Google or Alphabet is double bottoming down here at around the 105 area, but the cross came, when we were up here above 110. How about Apple? Everybody wants to know about Apple. I just downloaded the new iOS 16, Eric.
How do you like it?
I don't know. You know what? Right off the bat, I like it because I can see the the time a lot better than I could on the other one. So guy like me, love it.
Large text, you're happy.
I literally downloaded it right before the show. Everybody else is panicking right now. Markets are down. Dow's down. Everything's down like crazy numbers. We're still down. We're off a little bit, but down 3.8% in the NASDAQ. Here I am. Instead of worrying about Apple, I'm downloading the latest iOS because, again, I don't have scripts telling me to be long Apple right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at Apple real quick and get it back on the screen. Here's Apple. Apple had a really nice move, and you don't see where the buy is, but it was down here quite a bit before. But the sell came about a week or two ago, week and a half ago. But you can see we had that move up, that nice close up. But Apple opened at 160 and has been falling ever since. It's down in the 156 area. Is this a quantum sell? The first two lines of code say yes, but what does the rest of the scripts tell us? Again, we can look at noise filters. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Let's see. So I've looked at Facebook Meta. I've looked at Apple. I looked at Amazon. I've looked at Google. Let's take a look at two more. So NFLX. I haven't looked at these in so long with you guys. Here you go. So Quantum has the first two lines of code. Look at that 10-30 moving average. Nice move up. Now we're starting to, we got a signal 2 weeks ago that we're getting a potential move to the downside. And here we are below that signal again. And then I asked the same question. Joe and I ask it all the time. Okay, first two lines of code say yes. But what does the rest of Quantum scripts tell us? What does the noise filter tell us? And then the last one I want to look at is definitely I want to look at Tesla. So Tesla is an interesting one because Tesla too has had a nice move up. There's their stock split that occurred back there almost a month ago. You've seen this move off. We got started seeing Quantum script sells right here, but I can tell you by looking at this chart right now, Eric, this was not a Quantum sell because I know that noise filter ruled this one out. That noise filter ruled this one out because look at all this noise. And I'm talking about the noise between 270 and 310 and 280 and 310 and 290 and 300 and 270 and 305. That's too much noise. That one gets pulled out. Okay. So when we evaluate these, when we evaluate all these, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at these filters to see, again, the first filter, we can get a lot of data. In fact, what I want to do is I want to show you a scan today on the bullish side because I did see some comments before my show. This was a couple of hours ago. And when's the bull going to return? When are we going to start seeing some bullish run? Well, let's see out of the thousands, if you will, the thousands. Actually, we'll just take the top 500. Let's take the 500 or let's see what I want to do. You know, I don't even know what I want to do. I want to run, here we go. So we're looking at the penny and weekly stock list, okay? So that's going to drill us down from 4,000 optionable stocks to less than 400 that are both penny, pilot, and weekly. If you don't know what those are, folks, and you're new to options, it just simply is the most liquid options. They trade inside the 5-cent bid-ask window. That means that, once again, that you can get bids and offers that are inside of a nickel. Also, the weekly just allows, for us, it allows me more options when I'm trading options. So take a look at that list. I ran that list right before I came on the show. Wow. Out of 400, out of 4,000, Eric, out of 4,000 optional stocks, out of 400 roughly that are in the penny, pilot, and weekly list, 4 came up as potential stocks that we can look at. Now, I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to click on each of these because I have them right up here. And we're going to take a look at them. And I'm going to tell you right now whether or not I think they're going to pass. So this is the first pass. You know, this is the training day where the ones out of the 4,000, we dropped the 400. Out of the 400, we dropped the 4. But are any of these 4 even good? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out more tomorrow. But I'm taking a look at them right now. And I got to tell you, Target, we know what happened with Target's earnings announcement that came out back in May. That had a 25% drop. Now, we've since then kind of gone above that. And I've got some interesting little buy and sells that are going on here in the past, but it looks like we're setting up for potentially another buy. Now, what I do like is I'm seeing these higher highs and higher lows. But is Target, you know, there's a lot of speculation that if interest rates are going to keep climbing, it's going to affect Target, and it will affect retail stocks. But my software doesn't look at news reports. My software doesn't look at opinion. It looks at raw data. And the raw data we're going to be looking at tomorrow is it passing the noise filter? There seems to be a little bit of noise down here, so we're really not sure. Let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at TJX. TJX Companies, also a retail store. TJX Companies seems like it's got this really long cup and handle formation. Last few buy and sell signals have actually been pretty good. And we've got something popping up today. This one might actually make the grade. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow when we add the noise filter to it. But so far, Target, TJX, potentially bullish opportunities. How about Boston Scientific? Isn't this the company, Eric, that makes those robotic dogs that I keep seeing on YouTube?
It could be. I'm going to have to look this up.
It's crazy. Go look at, go do it when you get a chance, when you're done for the day. Go check out the robotic dogs that are being made over at Boston Scientific and watch them how they run around. It's insane. They can do flips.
Why have a regular dog when you could have a robotic dog?
Exactly. You don't have to feed the thing. You just plug it in.
That sounds like a good deal.
My wife was talking about having a dog. She was talking about a dog yesterday, and I'm thinking the robotic dog might be. There's the 50th birthday present I'm looking for.
There it is. Well, you're a cat house anyway, Tom, right?
I'll be in the robotic dog house if that happens. All right. But Boston Scientific, again, you're seeing that big move down. Look at that nice that move down and that subsequent move higher. And so getting a little bit of chop here recently, but this might be one that might pass first base too, and might go to our second tier of quantum strips. And then finally, I've got ChargePoint Holdings. And ChargePoint Holdings, obviously, we know what they do. They put all the charging services up in various places. I know there's charge points down by the mall close to where I live. There's charge points on Main Street close to where I live. And ChargePoint got a buy signal today. But again, it's just based on if we were just using the first two lines of code. We've got to go in, folks. We've got to do more. We've got to do more than just look at these. But I wanted to share those with you and put them on the screen for you right now. There's the 4 stocks that we see that have passed the first realm or first base, if you will, in terms of quantum data bulls. How about the bears? Oh, we got a lot of bears, all right? And we share those with our members, all right? We share those with our members. In fact, what we're going to be doing starting next week, and this is for those of you that are part of QDP, so I'm going to let the secret out of the bag. We're actually going to be starting to do bonus trades in our live streams. So not only are you going to get our alert strategies, which we do, but you're also, if we have bonus opportunities, then we're going to be popping in and giving those bonus opportunities once again. If you're late to the party, folks, this is the way to trade the markets now, all right? It's called Quantum Data Profits. If you want to be part of our Quantum Data Profits membership, then check out the links beside me, above me, and also the phone number right below me if you have any questions. So there we go. That's our show for today. Folks, tune in with us tomorrow, because what we're going to do is we're going to take the information we talked about today. We're going to talk about those first 2 lines of code, but we're going to apply the noise filter to it, and we're going to find something by tomorrow that we can all jump in and gravitate on. So we're going to do that. We're going to look at our top bull and bear picks as well. For those of you, once again, you want to be quantum members, check out the links on the screen, and you'll get our top trades, plus small group coaching, which is now going to include bonus trades with the man himself, Joe Contes. All right. So thank you all for joining me. Stay tuned. Garrett Baldwin starts right now, and I'll see you same time tomorrow. Bye, everyone.